Here's your connector. I'm just showing you this one because it's just easy for me.
That's the other question, is all different
All
model,
4 doors works.
and it will always be in the same location?
Yes.
Okay.
So on a Discovery or I think a Discovery, instead of this pulling out, and I have videos showing everything, the connector looks like there's nothing to release it. It looks like it's installed from inside. You push the top, it just comes out.
Okay.
And again, videos are
Okay.
what we do. All right, so let's do that. All right, so we are scanned. If I'm gonna go right here, these are special tools.
Range Rover,
this is your arm off.
old style key.
Okay, so once you're connected via CAN wires, you can do that, and I will demonstrate it if you guys wish, no problem. I don't know how they're gonna react with the alarm here, but we'll see. We might, there's a video, you guys can watch it. I don't wanna get in trouble with them. Okay, so once we're here, if we're going to our, and by the way, a 3-tile software. That's why I'm saying it's simple and safe. There's no wrong. I want to check my key. I want to make an emulator because I read the module or I have the D-Flash from before, or I want to talk to the car. And if you're going back and forth, you don't have to rescan. You just hit the car back and we're back on our scan. You can see that it stays there. So you can coast on the top menu with no problem. The star will not be there. That's my engineering part. But other than this, the software looks exactly the same. So out of the home, we can see our unit, if we need a serial number, whatever it is. If we do close it, you'll have to scan it again. So if I'm going to PEPS, I can see that that module is disarmed because the alarm is off, but it's locked. It has 3 keys in memory. You can see 1, 2, and 3, but we can't add a key because of that reason. So via OBD, nothing special. On the newer cars, if it's locked, you do need to get to the RFA. But on the old style key, you don't when it's locked. So that's the 2 differences. And I'll show you the connector. This is the connector, and I'll pull it out when I'm done. I'll show you the connector. It's just a connector for the OBD part. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our special menu, which is here, and that you guys have that. Key duplication. I say okay. Let me make sure I got my existing keys. Let me so these are my keys. So in this case, I'm gonna do add key. Okay, so customer has 2 keys and he wants a 3rd one. He has 1 key, wants an extra one. When we use in this method, we need existing keys. Whatever is not there at the moment will not work afterwards. Okay. So I have a 3rd key for the car, and if I just...
So it's rewriting IDs?
It does. Okay. It's not IDs, it's rewriting, because you can't change the IDs in the car. I'm rewriting passwords. Okay, so synchronization and password is gonna get rewritten. So I'm gonna check here, let me just check I just wanna check my keys real quick. So just bear with me, so I know which one is which. And by the way, this will unlock your keys. If you have original keys, they need to be unlocked. So this one is unlearned. That's gonna be our 1. And then that's gonna be our 2, I believe. So that's a learned key. Let me see something. That's missing battery. Perfect. So that is okay. This perfect. So these are the 3 keys of the car. Perfect. So we know that this is number 1, this is number 2. I'll mark them so we have some order, and then I'll show you guys how the whole thing happens. So this is number 3. Just to verify that. That is number 3. And this is number 2. And number 1 is that aftermarket. It created all the mess yesterday, but got us into a new situation. So on this car specifically, I ran into something we have not seen before, and it's a scenario. You know, it's all about scenarios. So this car went to the dealer, got updated, and locked, which is not very common. That's good. With that being said, there are 3 keys on the car. One of them is an aftermarket key, not just an aftermarket key. You see how this one is 7953P?
Yeah.
So that's a chipset on this one. And I'll show you in a second. Let me just make sure this one is prepared. I just want to be able to demo in a row. Perfect. So I have 3 keys that are brand new. Now this is the correct chip for the car. Check this out. $45. So this key works on the car, but that chipset is wrong for the vehicle. It does work. There's stuff that sometimes works crossover, but it's guaranteed to be the wrong chip for the car. With that, when we and the module is locked. Go ahead.
Does that cause? Could it cause funny?
Yes. On the
You know,
error
sometimes,
messages,
yeah,
start
something
doesn't
happens,
start.
weird
Suddenly
things.
windows
Yeah,
will
yeah,
go
yeah, stuff.
down. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I've ran into it before on the newer stuff that China sent something weird. And I have a dealership calling me. He's like, look, I have a brand new 24. We close the car, we lock it. As soon as we lock, all the windows go down.
Weird
It
stuff.
locks the car, but all the windows go down. I came over, I read it. It was the wrong chip. I erased all the keys off the vehicle, programmed new ones, solved problem. So yes, yes, and yes. On this one, I haven't seen oddities other than that fact that for us, when it's locked, I have a certain procedure that I'm following, and this is throwing off the procedure. So yesterday I worked on it, and then we got to the show. I was late. I didn't hit save, so I had to do it again last night. But everything's taken care of. I hit save this time.
Okay.
So I'll show you guys. So we got 3 keys that are programmed. This is our number 1. This is our number 3. And this is our number 2. We're gonna get rid of number 3 in this case, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. So I have 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna go into our lovely car icon and then special tools, key duplication. I'm gonna hit OK. So this situation, locked module, we want to add a key to the customer. Customer is requesting a second key. If he has 1 or 2, doesn't matter. He wants an additional key. We're gonna hit OK. So here it tells you that in this situation, you're disarmed. You will be able to make a key that has proximity, remote, RF functionality, and emergency start. So all 3 functions are available. We're gonna say OK to that. I'm gonna take a step ahead. I'll place the first key on the unit. It says this. It says the car has 3 keys ready. We have not prepared any, and we can prepare up to 3 keys. However, if you have existing keys, use it first. Otherwise, put a special key, which is our 06s in this case. So we're gonna use 2 keys that we have. I'm gonna say OK to the first key. There we go. So this is our first key. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
It's a first key that is programmed.
Okay.
It says the key is currently programmed. So it recognizes that the key belongs to the car. I'm going to put that aside. This is our number 3. Remember, it's still working.
Yeah.
This is our number 2. I'm going to say OK. It says the same message. So if you have another key, and right here you guys can see the count went to 1. I hit OK. It says that key is also programmed. I'm gonna put it aside because we want to keep it. Now, number 3 we're getting rid of. So the next key I'm gonna use is a brand new key that is not programmed. And you can see that this guy is still online. So you can see that this is still working. I'm gonna put a new key on the unit. I'm gonna hit OK. I'm gonna hit yes because I want to make a key. If we get that message, just a little movement, yeah, and retry. That's it. So check this out. Now I'm gonna say, it says that key position is number 3. It says that you have prepared 3 keys. We said, okay, the job is done. So this key, you remember, is number 3. No longer working. I don't know how is that. Bear with me for a second. Oh. So this now will be out.
Oh, you have to wait for
once it's by the way, it takes a second.
Yeah,
if I pressed right on the start button, it would have not started. But now you can see that we have our car. It'll take a second and it'll register. but let's give it just a second.
So question.
Yes.
How is it that on the old style and the modules are locked, we're able to add a key, but on the new style, when the modules are locked, we have to replace modules?
On the old style, again, give me just a second. Let me show them that it starts.
Okay.
It just takes a second to everything to kind of sink in.
Okay.
And then car's running. And then you can see all three keys. An old key, which is number 2. Yes.
Okay. So on the old style, the modules are locked on this car, right?
Yes.
Why are we able to add a key? Oh, because you're
We're not
using
adding a key. We're recreating a key. Just I'll take a sip of water with your permission. We're not adding a key. We're recreating a key that's on the system.
So, and we're not capable of doing that on the new style car. Is that what it is?
We are able. The same way with the C package, when you have both modules are locked. The only difference is instead of using this setup, we have to find the RFA and then plug the RFA adapter, the new adapter we have, and that's how you do it.
So we're doing the same process. You just have to use the C package, and that's the get
C
around with
package
the
and
C
the
package.
HW14 versus the HW06.
Okay, because it's different keys, different. Okay, all right.
Well, so
Anything, ask anything that comes to mind, please, and I'll demonstrate the whole thing.
You're
again
using
also.
the existing slots, let's say, that was
Correct.
already programmed to the vehicle.
Correct.
To add or remove to those particular slots. You can do that. But if you want to add it, let's say number 4,
Cannot.
you have you take out the module and read it.
So if they want number 4, the only condition will be cloning an existing key. Now you use the key that you already made, or one of the keys that are made.
Okay.
You clone it and you give a condition that they can't be together in the car for any reason. If let's say you showed up on a car which is illegal from aspect of a vehicle, it's illegal to have one key in any Land Rover. The difference between Land Rover and Ford, just like Ford, if you erase all keys on a Ford, can you have one key?
No.
It won't even start.
Yeah.
In this case, it will start. But it will throw messages, no check engine light. You'll have less than 2 keys in the system. You'll have DTCs in the BCM and the RFA that you cannot get rid of or delete until you have a second key minimum.
Okay.
So it's not impossible, because people can trick it. You can trick and have one key and the car will start, unfortunately. If I were them, I won't let it start with one key, but they did. In this case, even if you have one key, you take that key and clone it, and then they get the condition on one. You have 2 slots and 1 key, no problem. Create a second one. Don't mess around with the same IDs. You have 3 on the system, make the 3rd one. They want a 3rd one. If they want a 4th one and you have only 3, you have to create one of them. If they have a damaged key, go for this one. If you have no choice, what I do is I remove the battery from the one I cloned. I say, look, this is your emergency key. When the day comes and you need it, put a battery in it, and it fully works. Until then, you don't need a battery in it.
So in this case, basically, we cannot add any key to the car.
Nobody can. Without replacing 2 modules on this vehicle, nobody can add a key. We are the only one that giving you an option to create a key. And even if it's all keys lost, it's fine. You can do the same process on an all keys lost. All the other keys will stop working. Or you can create all 3 keys and then the customer will have all 3 again.
So basically, we have to incorporate always the used slots that are in the car.
100%.
Okay.
And it's very hard to delete them also. So you don't have to be worried when if the module is unlocked, none of that is needed. You just add a key via OBD and you're done.
And we can add a key via OBD with our new
If
tools.
we remove the RFA, we can add a key.
You
to
can't
right?
read it. It won't give you a read. The chip is locked. The processor itself is. Have you had a situation?
Sorry,
Please.
I did a 2020 Range Rover. Was
It's
it
an
Velar?
HSE.
Velar or Evoque? The one
Velar
was
is an old protocol, so yeah. maybe
Correct.
it's Velar.
So it was all key lost.
As long as it's not locked.
Alarm was on.
Okay.
So the guy gave me the
RFA. You
So
read it with a clip or soldered to it.
I did with the ACDP.
Okay, with the
old
adapter.
style, right?
ACDP, and I write a key to it and connect and start the car.
Because you press the unlock button, the module wasn't locked. The module was armed. It's a big difference between armed and locked. Check this out. It's two different states of the module. Here, come take a look. So when I'm going in here, you can see I have 2 lines. Alarm mode status, disarmed. RFA lock status, locked. That's 2 different things. Alarm on is not necessarily a locked module. With alarm on, yes, you can read it. And yes, that's what we do with lock 50 on the newer ones.
So is the module always locked?
No. This one's, so in the last 3 months, Range Rover found a loophole. Because until now, it was illegal for them, the condition for them to be able to drive on the United States roads and bring their cars here and sell them to customers is the fact that they cannot do what they're doing in UK. 433 cars, even if it's imported, if it's a 433, and you can see the megahertz right in here on the top, by the way.
Yeah.
If it's a 433 car, the modules are always locked. Coming from the dealer, so you went to the dealership in UK and you ordered a car. The salesman said, Mr. Mel, how many keys would you like? You said 5, up to 8, whatever number you said. They're gonna give you the car with this amount of keys. Let's say you said 2. On the day of pickup, you haven't seen your car yet. They just finished multi-point inspection. They're about to hand you the paperwork and the keys. You say, no. Don't give me the keys yet. I want another key. Impossible, Mr. Mel. Well, it's possible. It'll cost you $5,000. What? Why is it $5,000? They have to replace a BCM and an RFA. In UK and Europe and Israel and any 433 market, they come locked from the factory. They set up the modules with the key. They have the sets. It's a set of RFA BCM with keys, and then they put it on the car and learn the VIN number and everything. The keys are already set before it leaves the lab, before it leaves the room where they have all the immobilizer done.
So what I'm understanding, if the customer take the car to the dealer...
Now in the US, now we'll jump back to the US. When the customer goes to the dealer now, in the last 3 months, and they say, oh, Mel, you have a recall. It's a free recall. Do you mind if I'll do it? Do you have an extra hour? You say yes. They update the modules and you're locked. This guy specifically went and added a key. He added a 3rd key to the car. When they added the key, locked the module.
Even the 315s?
Even the 315s. Now, they found a loophole with, what is it called?
Theft mitigation recall.
Theft mitigation recall. That's the term.
That's their loophole?
Yes.
Okay.
And because of theft in Canada, I believe it started.
That's where it started.
Started in Canada, moved over here. They found a way because they're saying, I'm protecting you. No, you're not. You just make the car, if it's need to be stolen, somebody will tow it. You're now limiting me for getting a 2nd key. So if you go and update the car, if you use topics, if any of you use topics and you go and add a key by yourself, you'll see that, you remember how on Pathfinder and topics everybody use, it updates the module.
Yes.
Now the update locks the module. It will update, you have no choice, you will not be able to move forward.
Yeah, because we don't let you. You know, whenever I went with the
Power.
Pathfinder, it says, oh, you cannot add a key
Until you update.
Unless you update your RFA.
Correct.
Wow.
Now the update, that 6 months ago, no problem. You update, nothing happened. You can add another key after that. You remember on topics now on the bottom, it says 1 key, 2 key, 3 keys. You can choose how many keys you add in, right? It asks you how many existing, how many you want to add, and etc. You say 2, you add the 2, it locks it, and you're done.
So even afterward, they lock the system, dealer cannot add a key to it. It's done.
100%.
Wow.
That's what that means is ton of business for us. By us, I mean us.
Yes.
Customer goes to the dealer, wants an extra key, can't get it. Well, he can replace 2 modules and then get keys.
Any 433 megahertz car is automatically locked. The BC?
Automatically
Or
locked.
in the
We
RFA?
don't. Very rare in the U.S. Very rare. It's imported. It's something odd. Not the norm.
normal.
But
now
now
they're doing
they're
it on the
becoming the
315s.
same way for us. Look, it's locked. And that's a 2017 old style.
But this was done not from the factory once it went to the dealer?
Correct.
Okay.
It was unlocked until a few weeks ago.
Right.
I know the car in person. I know what's going on. It went and had a key, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, we can.
So on the newer cars, we have to...
On the newer cars, so here, we have a 21 here that is not locked. We have a 21 that has not been to the dealer. The guy, it's a rental. The guy does his own oil changes. He does his own services, so he doesn't go to the dealer. If that car goes to the dealer, it will get updated, guaranteed. Guaranteed. On the 2024s, they update on air. They have 2 telematics on the car now, not 1. This one has 1 cell tower. The other one, the 21, has 1 cell tower. 24 new body has 2 telematics, 2 cell towers. It measures the car's battery state. It's happy with it. It updates. We Do we have a video?
It's on there. It was
We were
about the end of
working on a
the beginning
24.
of the
We,
year.
me and Eliana sits in the car. Message on the screen, on the big screen. Ding! Update is being performed, and it updated the car. We're sitting there. It's updating the car. So now they can push updates via air. As long as they have good reception and a battery, they push the update.
So what's our option for the new ones with the lock?
So with the new ones here, I'll squeeze by you guys. I'll show you. My adapter is a prototype. Eliana's adapter is beautiful. So this is the prototype, but in general, I'll show you what's going on. So once you guys dug in and you got the RFA, because on the new styles, we need the RFA. Where did I put RFA? It's here. So you're gonna either have, you're either gonna have a single plug or a double plug, and this is what you do. Yours is easier than mine. Again, I'm just saying. So this is
the
on a
orange
cable now.
one.
Instead of it being like that, it's two. Yeah, the orange connector. So this goes in here. The cable from the car goes in here. Your unit goes in here, and you make the key right there. You're gonna be using HW14. Looks like a Land Rover key, but look at that logo. That key, oh. Now it's legal on the shelves. So, because it's our proprietary key, I can't have a Land Rover logo. So we made 3 changes, and we have our logo. So this is gonna be your key. Once this is got read, it'll give you the slots available. If it's all keys lost, no problem. If it's alarm mode, you get it out of alarm mode, and then you connect it. So depending, here's the situation. You either have it unlocked, customer had one key, put it on the roof, drove off, and the key is lost, but he's driving it, the car is unlocked. He stops the car, realizes he doesn't have the key. BCM and RFA are locked. Dealer, $6,000. You guys probably $1,500 between the materials and the key, and then the work. Or C package, get to the RFA, plug the wire on one side, plug the wire on the other side, plug the unit, read the module, say I want to make a key, just like I did, key duplication, put this on the plate, okay, that key you hand to the customer, the job is done. Proximity, remote, and emergency start, all done.
And the car was locked?
No, the car is unlocked. BCM and RFA locked, just like here.
Alarm is
off. Alarm is on. Let's know.
And you how do you deactivate it on the from same way?
Unplug the door module, pinch the can high and can low. Read the vehicle, you get a read. You don't get a read, you just reverse the connection. Get a read, hit alarm off within maximum 15 seconds. You saw it yesterday in a second and a half, 2 seconds. But about 15 seconds, you'll hear the door cycles click, click. And then once that's done, you unplug this, you plug it to the RFA, and then you create the key. If the modules are not locked, and the alarm is armed, so we have these all connections. Different scenarios. In that scenario, you undo the alarm the same way, can high, can low. You don't need to get in the back. You don't need to take a screw off. You don't need a screwdriver on you. Just unplug it, pinch it, click off. You unplug the unit, the DB9 cable from the unit. You plug the OBD cable, which is this guy, and just do it OBD. Add a key, you put an original, aftermarket, whatever you want. Okay, job is done. That's all. They've seen it yesterday. They've seen the whole process within a minute and a half.
So what's it doing when it's locked that you have to hook up to the module versus when it's not locked and you can
Different type of read. So I'm reading more information. I'm reading all the modules from the back end instead of going from the front, which I can't
so there's
get
like a firewall.
Correct. It gives me pieces of information. ISN on BMWs, part out. CS component security on VW, a part on the ECU, a part on the transmission, a part on the module, depending if you have electronic ignition, and a part on the key. All of these need to match. So the same way, we're just coming from the back. We're just collecting, making a piece. Here's your key. And sometimes you'll see no available emergency start. Maybe the IAU is corrupted. No RF, maybe the remote function is corrupted, but you will get a key that works. You will get alarm off if you click a button, and then you can add keys. Again, depending on your scenarios, locked, unlocked, armed, not armed, somebody was there before you, deleted the RFA. From there, we'll retrieve this with the C package, by the way. I had a guy in LA, in the Valley, came over, bought the C package. Before that, I'm sorry. I can give you the name of the dealership, you probably know him. He's a Russian guy, The whole place is black. The walls are black. The whole dealership is black. If you go in the valley, you know it. He bought a 600-mile car. So the car has 600 miles, brand new, 2024, latest of the latest of the latest. The emergency start is no longer on the steering column. It's in the center console. Newest possible. Guy goes in, thinks he's going to replace the RFA and resolve his issue. Gets an RFA, try to program it, doesn't work. He started with the IM608. He has our old unit of the Lock 52. So he has three very powerful tools, arsenals in his arsenal. He has Topics, he has Lock 50, the previous generation, and he has the 04, the OBD plug, but the previous generation, not this one, and he has IM608. So he goes with the IM608, make a mess in the RFA. Go gets a new RFA, try to program it with Topics. Was successful. Cannot add keys because the BCM is locked. Calls the dealership, no BCMs for 6 months. I have it. I never seen that part number. It's brand new. We just cracked it. No BCM. He's trying, he goes back with Lock 50. In his merit, in his credit, we removed the button. We had a button, reset module. You want to virginize the module on the vehicle, no problem. You're a SIG package owner, we'll give it to you. The guy erases the immobilizer information. So now I'm showing up on the car. He comes, he buys the C package. I'm showing up on the car. I have RFA that is locked. I can't do anything with it. And the information is not matching the car anymore because you already synced another RFA, so that I have no use for that information. He corrupted the IAU, which is the emergency start unit, and erased the BCM. So I have a BCM that is virgin but locked. Wow. There's no tool in the market that can unlock either of those modules, by the way. Once they're locked, if you're not if you're not using or can use a slot that exists on them, they're garbage. I showed up, I took an older version BCM, flashed it with the new software, programmed it on the vehicle, was able to retrieve some of the information from the IAU, which was a mess, cleaned it up. It took me 3 hours. Car is running perfectly. The owner, Russian, I can't believe it's running. How did you do that? Well, he's there for a week and a half. He kicks him out of the lot. He's like, I'm not paying you, I'm suing you for my time you used. 3 hours, got the car running. Everybody was stoked. So it's very powerful. If you use it wrong, yes, it can damage. But we've given so many warnings before he pressed the button, and because of when we removed the button. You wanted special requests, we'll give you the button. But I don't want to mess. I want to give you guys a tool with 3 tiles that one is scanning the car, one is if you have a file, one check your keys, and from there, 2 more clicks, and I want you to add a key. That's it. We don't want technical support calls. I will support you as much as you need. I don't want, and I want you guys to be independent. I want you guys to be able to just go and do it yourself. Nobody helps you. And look how fast. Seriously. And yesterday there was a push it all button guy, and I noticed it right away. I left him with a computer. I knew that he can press whatever he wants, and I will in minutes. But he did. He turned off UWB, turned on UWB, erased my other key, this and that. I clicked 2 clicks, programmed the second key, and we drove off the show yesterday. It's very powerful. It's very, very unique. I'm very proud of it.
So,
I mean, I'm obviously.
What other options does it give you? You said you could turn off UWB.
UWB on, UWB off. You can flash your modules. You can learn your VINs. You can reset modules, program keys, delete keys, unlock keys. If somebody sends you a unit, you can read it. You can make a key, send a set working. Like he'll get it and it'll turn on.
If you get, let's say, a module from the wrecking yard that's not locked,
you can read it and make a key for it.
And
you can virginize it.
To make it for this car.
Correct. You can virginize it here. I'll show you. On the module itself. So first of all, you have all the modules. So once you go to the car, right here you have all the modules. They're all abbreviated. Okay. ABS, ATCM. If you just mouse over, we give you the name of the modules, so you know what you're working on.
What hardware is this? Is this the C pack, or is it come with the
That's
B
a B package.
Is it?
Everything I'm showing you, I'm not showing you stuff we don't offer right now. Or we offer the C package.
So yeah, I just want to know because there's a huge price difference. Yeah.
There is. But with that being said, you buying for the price of the A package during the show. For the A package, you get in the B package.
Right.
Not just the B package. Let me just make sure I pick up those keys. I just realized. Oh yeah, you did. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. My brain runs in different directions sometimes. So you buy the A pack. You buy the price of the A package. You get the B package. Not just the B package. We give you all the adapters. Now check this out. You drove an hour in the middle of the night. You get this call that you don't want to pick up and you answer it. Next thing you know, you have this person that is locked out and it's a brand new car and he tells you that the alarm is on. He even tells you, I'll give you a further away. He even tells you, that will give it away, but here's the story. He tells you, look, the car is locked, you know it's in alarm mode, you know at minimum he has to, if he goes to the dealer, he's replacing modules, yes. So you're like, okay, you're going there. You have the B package, we gave you all the adapters, you do not have the authorizations or the licenses for the C package, but you're covered. You're showing up on site, you plug it in, you do alarm off, next thing you know, you see the module is locked. It's in the middle of the night, you're screwed.
Yeah.
You went there, there's not much you can do, but you do have all the adapters. We gave you the adapters, why? There's something I can't pass through the phone or on a computer, I can't drop a adapter for you. So we decided we're giving the adapters. On UHS, yes, exactly. You can buy a per use. You don't.
She was mentioning it.
Oh, like the tokens.
The token. Now you go online on the UHS website. You go online. You put your serial number. You go right here to the USB little logo. You copy this serial number. You put it on. You pay on their website. You wait 2 minutes. You turn off your software. You reopen it. You have the authorization.
Really?
Middle of the night. No humans involved.
Really?
It's all between. Yes, absolutely. And this is something we came up with. I'm like, how do I? We got a lot of we got these. We got two different reactions. Locked modules. He came. He paid cash. We have guys in Florida. Before we launched, I won the first one. They send the money. You have the guys that went into the dealership. The dealership said, "I can. Can you do it? I can." And the module is 4 months or 3 months or 6 months or whatever it is, or unavailable. The new module, I'll show you a picture in a second on my phone. Unavailable. The part number is unavailable. You can't find it anywhere. And those guys go and work in dealers, and the dealer is like, "Can you do it?" So they realize that that's already happening. Right. They purchased it. I did one yesterday remotely in less than 3 minutes. The guy it was a Defender. The module is underneath the seat. Yeah. You just unplug it, plug the cables in, hit read.
The VIN correction, if you were to get a used module, plug it in, does the B package let you change the VIN number?
Yes. So you go right here. You go, let's say door module was replaced. Look, there is a VIN on it. So you have a broadcast VIN, that's the entire car. This will be different if it came from another vehicle. You scroll down to the bottom right here and you have learn VIN. And that's how you change it. And then if the coding, if the calibration is different, that door has proximity and the other one that it came out of doesn't, you flash it with here. So you have, software update right here.
Oh, so where do you click?
Software update on the arrow.
So is the update coming from this software or is it online?
It's online.
Okay.
So it will read, it checks the VIN and then you hit OK. And then it will retrieve the part numbers and it'll tell you if there's something newer. And it's automated, so it's a no-brainer. You don't have to look for those softwares. You don't have to know. So look what it says. It tells you the strategy, calibration, it's up to date. So this module has no update needed. But you can see right here, you can see look, BF, AF, and AF, and you can see the numbers and everything. We're serious. We're not messing around. No, it's very powerful. If you can take a transmission control module, it's impossible to use used. They're $3,000. Here you can. You go in, you flash the VIN, then you get the calibration, match the VIN, and you're done. And you program a used control module for the vehicle.
And lets you flash it and code it.
Right. Well, it flashes correctly, so the coding is already there.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need SCN coding like Mercedes because it's already there.
When you do that through OBD?
OBD. Make sure you have power and do it on OBD. Yeah.
Over 12 volts or 13?
12 volts. No, 13. Always 13.8 and 14.
Yeah.
Whatever you need flash. Look,
Yeah.
on my
14
truck
too?
when I'm not the same. When I'm out and I have no choice and I'm not in a comfortable place when I can. No. What I did on my van, I invested in an alternator. I took 2 sizes over, and my alternator, no matter what's going on in my truck, I'm always pushing 14, solid. Put any measurement on, I'll turn on all the lights, AC, turn off, turn on, you'll see 14 running all the time. So it's a good idea to have a bigger alternator if you can. I have when I'm in a shop, I'm not messing around. I put a snap-on, I put it on flash
that's what I'm
module.
trying to do.
That's all. And then if you can get the Schumacher, it's a phenomenal
that's why I have
tool.
the Schumacher.
Perfect.
Schumacher's
Done.
amazing.
That's it. As long as your vehicle supports it or you can get an extension cord, you're good. Sometimes in the auctions, you're at the very end.
Exactly.
Then I use my alternator.
Well, I plug into my.
If it holds, you have probably a pure scene
Actually,
inverter.
I have an old
Inverter.
modified sine inverter.
Then it
But
works.
it works with my Schumacher,
That's very impressive.
and it's 14.2 volts, the standard. You know, I put it on.
Solid, doesn't get
solid.
hot.
No.
Beautiful. You have a beautiful setup. Straight
So,
up.
I mean, that's my issue is getting power. These cars are like way out in the back of the
Yeah,
yard.
yeah.
So
No, again, if the new van we're building, I got the biggest thing I can. Hopefully it will work. I've tried different things. Schumacher is not easy to support if you're not plugged into the wall.
yeah, it's been working. So
Yeah, perfect. Hey, you're very, very fortunate.
So my I always get to me the what I get confused with is the different hardware options that you guys have.
Tell me,
Well, I just don't know.
you mean the packages, A, B, and C?
Yeah. Like
B is my recommendation, and that's why we did the B for the price of A with all the adapters. So
So I have the alarm, the old alarm on
yeah,
off.
yeah,
What package? Like what is that?
that's
considered?
an A with an alarm off option.
He doesn't
right?
he doesn't have the full package.
I don't have the.
Yeah,
it was the
so
early one.
his best deal right now because
She's
you
the
don't
best
have a
answer.
complete because you don't have a complete
Yeah.